Hey, my friend. Welcome back. I'm really happy you're here. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to remember a new English word, but then just a few hours later, you forget it? You look at the word and think, wait, I know this one, but the meaning just disappears. You feel frustrated. You start to wonder, why can't I remember? Maybe my memory is bad. Maybe I'm just not good at English. If that sounds like you, then this story is for you. I've been there too. And today, I want to share something special with you. A story about how I unlocked my brain, how I learned to remember English words forever, and how you can do it too. So, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, smile a little, and repeat after me slowly. I can remember anything.
Go on.
Say it out loud. I can remember anything. Feels good, right? Let's begin. There was a time when I thought my brain was broken. I was trying so hard to learn English. Every day, I studied new words, confidence, motivation, journey. I wrote them down. I read them again and again. But the next day, they were gone. It felt like my mind was a leaky bucket. I poured knowledge in, but everything slipped out. One day, I sat in the library, staring at my notebook full of English words. My head was full, but my memory was empty. I felt like giving up. I whispered, maybe English is just too hard for me. But then something happened.
I saw a little boy sitting across from me.
He was about 8 years old, studying a picture book. Every few minutes, he laughed, pointed, and repeated words to himself. Apple, banana.
Cat. Dog.
He was having fun. He wasn't worrying about remembering. He was just enjoying the process. And I realized that was the secret I had forgotten. Learning isn't about forcing your brain. It's about connecting with meaning. It's about emotion. I closed my notebook, took a deep breath, and started again. This time, instead of just memorizing the word apple, I imagined holding one. I imagined the red color, the smooth skin, the sweet smell. I imagined taking a bite, crunch, and tasting the juicy flavor. I said the word again, softly, apple. Something clicked in my mind. I could feel the word. I could see it, taste it, and remember it. And that's when I learned something powerful. The brain doesn't remember words. The brain remembers stories, images, and emotions. Let me tell you a small story from my life. When I was a beginner, I used to carry a small notebook everywhere. I wrote every new English word I found. But after a week, I couldn't remember most of them.
I thought I needed more time.
But no, what I needed was more feeling. So I started changing the way I learned. Every time I learned a new word, I built a tiny story around it. If I learned the word rain, I imagined walking outside under a soft rain, feeling it on my hands. I imagined the smell of the air, the sound of raindrops, the quiet streets. I repeated softly, rain. I wasn't just memorizing anymore, I was experiencing. And that made all the difference. You see, your brain loves stories. Your brain loves feelings. It doesn't care about lists or textbooks. It remembers things that touch your heart. Let's try something together now. I want you to say these 3 sentences with me, slowly and clearly. I learn with emotion. I remember through stories. My brain loves meaning.
Perfect.
Keep those words in your heart. After that moment, I started experimenting with everything. I turned every English word into a picture. I spoke them out loud. I used them in my own sentences. For example, the word courage. I imagined myself standing in front of a crowd, nervous but brave, saying my first English sentence aloud. My name is Alex. That picture stuck in my mind, and from that day, I never forgot the word courage. I began to understand that memory is not about trying harder, it's about connecting deeper. But still, there were bad days. There were days when I forgot everything again. When I looked at words and felt blank, I'd get frustrated. I'd think, maybe I'm not smart enough. But then I remembered something my teacher once told me. Every time you forget, your brain is preparing to remember better. That line changed everything because it made me realize forgetting is not failure. It's part of learning. When you forget, your brain is saying, "Hey, please show me that again. I want to remember it longer next time." So I stopped hating my forgetfulness. I started seeing it as a signal, a message that I was growing. I started to love repetition. I would read a word, forget it, then see it again the next day and smile. I remember you now. Every time that happened, the memory grew stronger. And you know what? This new way of thinking didn't just help me learn English words. It helped me learn life itself, because it taught me patience. It taught me to trust the process. Let me share one more memory with you. One evening, I was studying the word journey. I didn't just write it down. I closed my eyes and imagined myself walking along a long road. The sky was golden. The air was soft. My bag was heavy, but my heart was light. I whispered to myself, "Life is a journey." And in that moment, the word became mine. You can do the same with any word. You can make it yours. The trick is to stop learning words and start living them. When you learn happy, think about a moment that made you smile. When you learn hope, imagine a day when you didn't give up. When you learn dream, close your eyes and see your future. That's how you unlock your brain. That's how you remember forever. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to feel. Now let's practice together. Repeat after me. I learn with feeling. I remember with love. I grow with every word. Beautiful. You sound amazing. You see, learning English is not about how fast you go. It's about how deeply you connect. Sometimes we think we have to study 10 new words every day.
But no.
It's better to learn one word deeply than 10 words shallowly. Because one word you feel becomes a friend. And friends stay with you forever. Think about it. The people you remember in your life are not the ones you met once. They're the ones who made you feel something. Words are the same. So, whenever you study, don't rush. Take one word. Close your eyes. Feel it. Build a picture. Create a small story. Whisper it softly. Repeat it with emotion. That's how you teach your brain to remember. I want you to know something important. Your brain is not weak. It's powerful. It just needs the right signal. It learns through repetition, imagination, and love. And don't be afraid to repeat. Repetition isn't boring when it's meaningful. It's music for your memory. Let's do another small shadowing together. Repeat after me. I am improving every day. My memory is strong. I enjoy learning English.
Perfect.
Feel how those words sound in your mouth, in your heart. When I started learning English years ago, I thought vocabulary was my biggest problem. But later I realized the real problem wasn't memory. It was fear. I was afraid to make mistakes. I was afraid to sound silly. I was afraid to try. Fear closes your mind, but curiosity opens it. So instead of saying, I can't remember, start saying, I'm curious. Let's try again. The moment you change your attitude, your brain listens. It says, oh, we're safe now. Let's learn. Every time you smile while learning, you send your brain a signal of joy. And joy makes learning faster. That's why I always tell my students, don't study English like a machine. Study like a child.
Laugh. Repeat.
Make funny sentences. Sing words. Move your hands. Make it fun. Because when you have fun, you don't forget.
Let me tell you a secret.
When I was struggling, I used to walk around my room talking to myself in English. I'd pick random words and build stories. For example, the cat wanted to fly. It made me laugh, but it made me remember, because I was using the language creatively. And that's what your brain loves: surprise, emotion, creativity. So, next time you learn new words, don't just write them down.
Speak them.
Play with them. Turn them into little stories. The more alive the learning feels, the deeper it goes into your memory. One day, after months of learning like this, I was reading a book in English, and suddenly I realized something. I wasn't translating in my head anymore. I wasn't thinking in my language first. The words came naturally. And that moment, that tiny, quiet moment, felt like freedom. That's when I knew that my brain had changed. It had unlocked something new. And my friend, you can unlock yours too. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. Your brain is made to learn, to grow, to remember. It just needs your patience and your kindness. Be kind to yourself when you forget. Be patient when you struggle, because your effort is never wasted. Every time you try, your brain builds another connection. Every word you repeat, every story you listen to, every time you shadow along, you're growing stronger. And one day, you'll look back and realize, wow, I remember so much now. I understand. I can speak. That's the power of consistency. That's the power of love for learning. So, my friend, as you finish this story, I want you to take a deep breath and say this with me. I am unlocking my brain. I am learning with joy. I can remember forever. You're doing amazing. Don't worry about being perfect.
Just keep going.
Every day, give your brain something small to love. One word, one phrase, one sentence. Speak it out loud.
Feel it. Smile while you say it.
That's how you grow. And remember, English is not just a language. It's a bridge to the world. Every new word you learn is a key to understanding more, feeling more, connecting more.
Keep going.
Keep growing. Keep unlocking. And when you feel tired, listen to this story again. Let it remind you that you're capable of more than you think. You're doing great. You're improving every day. And I'm proud of you. If this story made you smile or helped you feel more confident, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can join me again for the next story. Together, we'll keep unlocking your English, one word at a time. Now, repeat these 3 key phrases with me, slowly, clearly from your heart. I remember through stories. I learn with feeling. I can remember forever. Beautiful. You're amazing. Keep believing in yourself. Your brain is powerful, and your journey has just begun.